There's a lot of headlines out there right now, and it has a bunch of different information about what's going on with the real estate market in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm going to give you all the facts in this video. You may hear things like interest rates have not been this high in so many months. You may also hear that Greenville, South Carolina was ranked as one of the top 10 hottest real estate markets for 2025. So what's true and how do you make sense of all this information? Hi, I'm Whaley, your favorite Greenville realtor. Let me give you the facts of what's going on with the real estate market right now. We are seeing that interest rates have been a little bit higher than what they've been over the last few months. But we're also seeing that interest rates are also fluctuating. They're looking at several key factors and indicators. So whenever you watch this video, whenever you tune in, they may look different than they do today. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the specific rate, but overall what we're seeing is there's been a lot of volatility over the last 18 months with interest rates, but they tend to stick in a certain range. So figure out what the interest rate is at the time that you're looking to buy. And ultimately, if it makes sense for you to purchase a home, don't let interest rates be something that is going to hold you back one way or the other, waiting for something to happen, because a lot of people have been waiting for quite some time now. And we've seen that interest rates over the last 18 months have been sticking within certain parameters. Something you may have seen in the national media is that home sales in 2024 are actually at the lowest level that they've been in the last decade. That is 100% true from the national perspective. If we look at Greenville specifically, our home sales are actually slightly up in 24 compared to 2023. A big reason for that is you've got a lot of people that are still moving to the area. It's been such a relocation destination for so many people, and that trend is expected to continue. The national trend is that we're expected to see more sales in 2025 than 2024, and Greenville has been rated as one of the top 10 hottest markets. So the expectation is that we're going to see more sales this year in Greenville than we did last year. Something that's had a huge effect on the real estate market nationally and here in Greenville is what we call the lock-in effect. What the lock-in effect really means is, as we've seen interest rates, like we talked about in the beginning of this video, as they're up and they're higher, especially compared to those numbers we saw in 2020 to 2022. What's happened is those people that purchased in 2020, 2022, or even before that because they refinanced, they're looking at the difference in their payment if they were to go out and buy a similar priced home today. And they just go, I just don't really want to justify spending that much more money. So they're deciding to do renovations to their current home. We are seeing that in our market absolutely 100%. So when we think about the locked-in effect, what's really happened is we've seen a lot of new construction that has been pushing a lot of the growth and the sales in our area. Almost 1 out of every 3 homes that sold in 2024 was a new construction property in our area. Homes that are in areas that are close to downtown Greenville, they are getting a great premium. So those sellers are selling typically in a pretty quick time frame, and they're selling for great prices. If we go further out, those homes are becoming a little bit less desirable than they were back when the market was just absolutely crazy, because there is more inventory now than there was, but inventory in these hotbed prime areas is still really lacking, and those homes are moving really quick and demanding great prices. If we look at the seasonality of the market, as of me filming this video, we're in Q1 of the year. Q1 and Q4 tend to be the slowest for home sales in the upstate if we look over the last decade. The spring and summer months tend to be the peak of the home buying season here in the Greenville area. The thought is we could see even more buyers out there in the spring and summer months this year than in the past few years. The thought is there's a lot of pent-up demand that is just waiting for the right time. There's a lot of people who've been waiting on the sidelines for interest rates to go down. And the thought process there is if they do go down, you'll see a lot of buyers come into the market, or even if they don't, people just can't continue to wait forever unless they just want to continue renting. If these predictions come true, these could be 2 of the hottest quarters that we've seen in the Greenville real estate market in some time. So if you're a buyer watching this video and you're considering purchasing a home in 2025, what should you take away from this video? I think I have a couple tips for you. The first is maybe you should enter the market when the rest of the buyers are not. Maybe do it early, or maybe wait to Q4, which of course you don't have a crystal ball, so you don't know. So early is probably better than later. The next thing, if you're focused on affordability, going outside of that 30-mile radius of downtown Greenville or looking for a property that needs some renovating, you can get some really phenomenal deals on those homes. Another thing that I would share with you is new construction is offering a lot of really great incentives. So new construction could be a great opportunity to improve the affordability of purchasing a home. If you're someone thinking about selling in the Greenville area in 2025, here's what you should know. First thing is, if you have a home that's a little bit further out from Greenville, if you're out of that 30-mile radius, at least right now, the market has cooled off a little bit. So make sure you're factoring that into the equation for making sure your home is prepared the way that it needs to be, that you've priced aggressively based on what the other comparable sales have been more recently in your area. If you're closer to Greenville, also do the same thing and know that you may potentially have some market advantages before those other sellers decide to get on the market and loosen that inventory. The other thing that you really should know is that buyers are looking for move-in ready properties. 1 out of every 3 homes that was purchased in our area last year was a new construction home. So that just shows you that if you don't have a house that is move-in ready, you likely are going to take some concessions on the pricing there because buyers really expect that in today's market. And the last tip that I would share with you, right now the belief is that we'll see some home price appreciation, so value should remain stable, but we're not expected to see that really high appreciation that we saw back in 2020 all the way to 2022. We're expecting more moderate appreciation, more historical numbers of 2 to 4%. So there you have it. That's the outlook of the 2025 Greenville real estate market. Drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.